Friends, last video we had discussed about the shape of the earth and we had discussed distribution and distance, size. So these are the matters we had discussed in last class. So in this video we are discussing, in last class we had discussed some of the part about latitude and longitude. Why that one is there? Because of we want to locate the particular place, our distance, our directions, our time. So in that purpose only we draw some of the lines in our earth, that only they give a name as a latitude and longitude. So in this class we want to know about what is meant by latitude and longitude and how we have fixed time and date. We have we have fixed our time and date, and each country also they following their own timings, their own time. All over the world they're not following same time. We can see there are some of the distance or some of the difference. So in that based how they fix their time in each countries. So this also we are discussing in this video. So first of all we want to know about the information about latitude. So we want to know first of all latitude and longitude both also imaginary lines we could not see in the place of earth. Just this one is imaginary lines because of we want to get correct position, direction. So in that purpose only we draw or we have fixed this one as a imaginary lines. And these lines, this one latitude lines here is saying, this one we can see in the place of here is saying north or south of the equator. So in that both place also we can see the line of latitude. This line of latitude we can see north and south of the equator line. So in that place we can see. And next one here is saying these lines passing through east to west. Which are the lines? These lines is passing through east to west. So these lines they given name as a latitude. And next one here is saying in that latitude they measure these lines they given. These lines they given are they measured by a degrees. So we all know it degrees. So based on degrees they measure a lines. And next one here is saying one of the longest line in this latitude, that is equator. In our earth we can see latitude imaginary lines. So in that latitude imaginary lines passing through east to west. So in that lines, in one of the important and longest line, that is equator. And this one equator for they given name as a 0 degree. And this one called as a great circle. Because of this is one of the important latitude line in our earth and biggest and longest latitude line in our earth. So that's why they give a name as a great circle. And next one here they say these lines, these latitude lines we can see equal circumference of the earth. We can see here they saying one line's latitude to another lines here they saying shorter length. When you are comparing, so one latitude line, this one is middle equator line. So after that we can say another line, that one passing here in this part. So when this one passing, this one distance becoming decrease. We can see various distance, the total length of the particular latitude line. We cannot get same distance of each latitude line, we are not getting. Only here they say equator only they get long distance or longest line. So after that which are the lines, latitude lines we are seeing in north side or south side, they are saying these lines are shorter length. So that much of length or that much of distance we cannot see. And next one here they say latitude lines decreasing from the equator. When you are going polar side or north or south, the distance of the latitude line, that one is decreasing. And next one here they say and each latitude lines also parallel. They have equal distance. Each latitude lines also they have distance, equal distance. So that's why they give a name as a parallels of latitudes. The line of latitude lines they give a name as a parallel of latitudes. So why they called as a parallel of latitudes? Because of each latitude lines also they have same distance here equal to next latitude line, next latitude latitude line to second one and third one. So when we are discussing each one by one, the distance of one by one, that one is equal. We cannot see difference. Equal distance we can see. So that's why they give a name as a parallel of latitude lines. So same way here they're saying, already we have discussed, they given name as a measured as a degree based of lines we can see in our earth. So on that based in north side, equator to north side, we can see 90 degree latitude lines, and same way in south side also we can see 90 degree latitude lines. So that means now we understood totally, that means how many lines we can see in our earth as a latitude lines. Here they are saying by 181 latitude lines including equator of 0 degree. Including equator of 0 degree, we can see totally 181 latitude lines we can see in our earth. So you can see just page number 166, they are given image also. In that image we can see each line also have parallel equal distance. That one latitude lines we can see each lines also have same distance. So that's why they given as a parallel lines. And the total lines we can see north side totally 90, and same in south also we can see total 90, including equator totally we can see 181 latitude lines in our earth. And next one, already I told, the parallel of latitudes each also have same distance, one latitude lines to another one. So that means how much of distance we can see one latitude lines to another one latitude lines. We are saying by totally 110.4 kilometers. 110.4 kilometers. This is the distance of one latitude lines to another one latitude lines. So that like this thing. And in that latitude lines, we can see some of the important latitude lines. So which are the important latitude lines we can see? One is, here is saying 0 degree latitude. So this one we already discussed. Equator means of great circle. So this equator only we have given name as a great circle. This one of the important latitude lines. And second one here they are saying 23.5 degree. This one we can see north side, in north part. So this one they called as a north latitude, and another name they given Tropic of Cancer. So this line we can see passing through in our India also. In our India also this line is passing. And next one here they are saying same lines in south latitude 23.5 degree. So this line for they give a name as a Tropic of Capricorn. Same in south 23.5 degree latitude lines we can see, in that line for they give a name as a Tropic of Capricorn. And fourth one 66.5 degree north side. So in that line for they give a name as a Arctic Circle. Same way 66.5 degree in south part. So in that for they give a name as a Antarctic Circle. And 90 degree North Pole, and last finally 90 degree South Pole. So these like we can see there are 7 important lines in our earth. One is equator, Tropic of Cancer, Tropic of Capricorn, Arctic Circle, Antarctic Circle, North Pole, South Pole. So these like we can see there are 7 important latitude lines in our earth. So never understood about the latitude, how this one lines is draw, this one imaginary line, this one passing through east to west. There are 7 important latitude lines, and totally we can see 181 latitude lines, and each latitude lines also have parallel because they have same distance. So that's why we give a name as a parallel of latitudes. And the length also we can see same length. The total length is same. And we are discussed next one here. The equator, this one is one of the longest circle in our latitude lines. So these are the important points we have discussed about latitude. So after the latitude, we want to know next another important lines we want to know in our earth. That is here they give a name as a longitude. So longitude also one of the important lines. Imagine this also imaginary lines. So this here they saying this lines is intersecting to equator. Equator, that one is middle line. So longitude lines means here they saying, so which are the lines that when intersecting to equator. So these lines they give a name as a longitudes. We can see that when intersecting some of the lines in north to equator, some of the lines we can see south to equator. So these like of lines they give a name as a longitudes. So now that means understood. Longitude means which are the lines passing through north and south. that one intersecting to equator. So this only lines they give a name as a longitudes. Means these lines passing through north to south. Which are the lines passing through north to south? That one longitude. Which are the lines passing through east to west? So this one name they give a name as a latitude. And next one we want to know here the shape of the longitude, that is here is saying by semicircle. So these lines we can see the shape of the lines that is like a semicircle. We cannot see that one as a straight, or we cannot see as a circle. We cannot see. This one is semicircle. So why we are calling this one as a semicircle? Because of north and south pole that is flat. So we cannot get circle shape. We cannot get. So that's why your longitude lines we can call as a semicircle lines. And next one, each line is also passing through equator. Equator, that one is middle line. So in that lines they passing by longitudinal lines, north side and south side, both side also passing. And next one here is saying, and all lines of longitude are equal length. Each longitude lines they have equal length. So why they have equal length? Because of the shape of last part or last polar region that was flat. So each line also have equal length. And next one here is saying, so this only line they called as a longitudes. And next one, each lines also they give a name as a meridian. So why they called each longitude lines also they calling as a meridian. So why they called as a meridian? Meridian means, Meri means here they say meet, Dian means day. So that means here they say, so when the sun is coming in correct angle or correct shape in that particular line, so in that line, in that longitude lines, which are the place are there, that all the place the expressing or the experience are same noon, same morning and same midday. So these like of experience people they are getting. In longitudinal lines, so if any one longitude lines are there, so in that longitude lines, sun is came in straight position in that particular longitudinal lines. So in that longitudinal lines, which are the countries are coming, so in that countries and peoples who are there, they experience or they feeling like same climate condition or same midday, same noon, same evening. So that's why here they saying, this longitude lines for the given name as a meridian. And next one we want to know, here also one of the important lines we can see, that one is middle line of the longitude. We already discussed in latitude, the middle line of latitude we are given name as a equator. Same way here also in that part, in that longitude also we can see the middle line. So this one line we can call it as a prime meridian. So this line passing through in the place of Greenwich. So this one Greenwich located in the country of England. So in that place we can see the prime meridian. So this one prime meridian for they give a number as a 0 degree longitude. So this one is 0 degree longitude. And here is saying in that prime meridian east of Greenwich we can see 180 longitudinal lines. Same way in east part also we can see 180 longitudinal lines. To totally how many longitudinal lines we can see on earth? Here they are saying by totally 360 longitude lines. Here they are saying totally we can see totally 360 longitude lines. We have discussed latitude total 181, but here is saying longitudes total how many lines we can see on earth? Totally 360 longitudes lines we can see. And here in that zones, prime meridian east 180 east, this one they call name as the eastern hemisphere. Same way in Greenwich in 180 west, this one they give a name as a western hemisphere. And next one here is saying here longitudes, this one distance is decreasing with the gradual of distance of the equator. Here is a distance of the longitudes, this one decreasing gradually to equator. So this like of distance we can see, that means in equator, in middle part of equator, the longitudinal lines we can see same distance. one line to one longitude lines to another longitude lines, they have same distance, but in polar regions we cannot see as the same distance. The distance can decrease in the place of polar regions. Now we are understood. In latitude lines, they have parallel, equal distance, one line to another line. But here they say in equator, the part of the equator, in that part in only we can see the equatorial lines, longitudinal lines, they have equal distance. So when we are discussing about polar region, north and south polar, so in that place we cannot get same distance. We can see decrease the distance. So totally they are saying, so in longitude lines, in equator regions, they are saying one longitude lines to another longitude lines, total distance are 111 kilometers. Now we understood, one longitude lines to another longitude lines in the place of equator in middle line. So in that in distance are 111 kilometers. So that much of distance we can see one line to another line. So now we are understood, that means latitude means what and longitude and how many lines are there. So which are the lines are important. So these are the matters now we are understood. Next one, now we want to know longitude and time. Because we all are knowing in our earth peoples, they following their own time. They have the time. So we are fixed. So how they have the relation between longitude and time? Without the longitudes, we cannot fix a time. So how they dependent time as a line of longitude? So that only we want to know. So here is saying the earth is rotating in particular their axis. We are already knowing this one. Our earth is rotating in particular axis, and how much of duration they are taking to rotate in one rotation. Here we all are knowing that one, 24 hours. And here saying every time difference we can see in 4 minutes in 1 degree to another longitude. Here is saying one line to, if you want to pass to another line, here is saying by totally we want to see there are 4 minutes or degrees, we can see the difference. That means we can see totally 360 longitudes are there. So that means we want to know, that means 60 minutes we have got. So when we got the 60 minutes, here is saying 50 degrees for we have got 60 minutes. That means one longitude lines to sun want to pass to another longitude lines, they want to take 4 minutes. That means sun you want to pass 1 to till 15 degrees of longitudinal lines, they want to need 60 minutes. So on that based they fixed, we already know totally 360 lines are there into 4. So 4 means here is saying 1440. This one we want to divide it by minutes, means 60. So that means we are getting by 24 hours. So now we understood, that means our earth is taking rotation in their axis by one rotation for they taking by 24 hours. So now we are understood how we have fixed our time as a 24 hours. Because of sun, if you want to pass one longitude lines to another longitude lines, they are taking by 4 minutes. So on that based, if sun want to pass as a 15 degrees of longitude lines, they want to take as a 60 minutes. So total how many lines we can see? Totally 360 into 4, because of taking duration of 4 minutes for one longitude lines to another longitude lines. So here they saying answer is 1440. So in that 1440 we want to divide by 60. So when we are dividing by 60, we are getting 24 hours. So that means we are understood the total hours of our earth taking to rotation in their axis to complete that one axis, they are taking as a 24 hours. So based on this one 24 hours, we have fixed our time. And not only this one, and now we are understood longitudinal lines are important because of we are following times. So both also have the relation. So now we are understood. And we can see in the place of east part, they getting adding the time. So when you are passing east side, when you are going to east side, when you are traveling, so on the time you are going to east side, we want to add the time. When you are coming to west part, so west side when you are going, we want to lose the time. We want to reduce the time. So these like of timings are these like of durations we can see based on longitude. So now we understood. We have fixed time based on longitudinal lines. So that one we understood, because of sun will take 4 minutes, one longitude lines to another longitude lines. So on that base we have fixed totally in our earth. They are taking to complete a one axis for, they are taking by one rotation for, they are taking it by 24 hours. So on that base we have fixed our time. And next one we want to know local time. So what is meant by local time? We can see in each place, in each longitudinal lines, they have local times. So how we can fix the local times? So when these lines, we can see totally 360 longitude lines. So when in each part of longitude lines for sun is coming in vertical shape, means in direct position, so we have fixed that one as a local time. So this one they given name as a local meridian. That means when the sun is coming, a sun rays is flowing directly in that particular lines, each particular lines. So the peoples, they fixed their own time. So this only they given name as a local times. That only they given name as a meridian, means in midday. They fixed as a, this one is meridian, means 12 o'clock. So that like they fixed. And each place they have their own local time. So same way peoples, they fixed in each line for also, they fixed their own local times. 0 degree, they have their own local times. 0 degree to 1 degree, we want to go west side, we want to reduce it. We want to go 0 degree to east side, we want to add. Here we want to add 4 minutes extra, that means 8 minutes. Here we want to reduce once again the minutes. We want to reduce 4 minutes by in west side. So these like peoples, they started to believe, or they started to fix a local times based on their particular meridian based of times. So when sun is came directly vertically shape in that particular lines, so on that time only they fixed as a 12 o'clock. So on that base they fixed local time. And next one we want to know standard time. So when this one local time they fixed by peoples, that is very difficult. Because of peoples, they are living in same country, but they want to follow the same different timings. That is not easy. That is very difficult to use. So that's why each country also, they started to follow standard time. Means in that country who are the peoples they want to follow the same time in overall a country. So these like peoples, they started to fix a country for a, they took as a one of the important lines. So on the times when the sun is came to vertical in that particular lines, so in that time only they fixed as 12 o'clock. So on that base they started to follow the overall of the country. So this only they given name as a standard time. And here they saying this one standard time, uniform time. Each country also they want to follow that only same time. For example, in India, if they took any one longitude lines, so when they came, sun is direct position in that place. So each country of that particular peoples in India, they want to follow same time. So this only they given name as a standard time. And next one we can see in India also we can see this like of line. We can see this line is flowing in the place of, passing in the place of 82.5 degree. Here they say 82.5 degree east longitude lines. This one we are called as our country standard meridian line. Means in India peoples they following same what you following our times or duration. This one based on 82.5 degree longitudinal lines. So in that base only we have fixed our time. So this line this 82.5 degree we can see in the place of Allahabad. This one Allahabad. This one we can see in the place of Uttar Pradesh. So each country also they took same lines. So if any important place or important city are in that particular country, so they took same that particular line, that one longitudinal lines, and when the sun came they fixed their time. Same way India also they took 82.5 degree of east longitude lines, because of in that line we can see one of the important city, that is Allahabad. So this one in Uttar Pradesh. So based on Allahabad, overall India, the peoples of India, they follow their own timings. This only we are called as a meridian. That means Indian Standard Time, IST. This only we all are following. So this one we can see 5 hours 30 minutes of ahead of GMT, means Greenwich Meridian Time. Because of we already discussed. So when we are going east side, we want to add the time. When we are going to west side, we want to reduce the time. So on that base, we have east longitude lines. So that means we have plus 5:30 of GMT, means Greenwich Meridian Time. So now we understood that means how we have fixed our country time. And next one we want to know time zones. So here is saying in some of the countries in our earth, they have the time zones, different types of time zones. So why they have the time zones? Because of some of the countries in our world, so that is very largest country. They have 45 degree of longitudes, we can say more than 45 degree of longitude lines. So that much of lines, 45 lines we can see in each countries. So when we are discussing these like of countries, we cannot follow same timings because of 15 degree longitude lines for sun will take 60 minutes. So that means we want to know 15, 15, 15. That means we can say 3 hours difference in 45 degree of longitudes. So that's why some of the peoples, they have large countries. So in that place, in peoples are the countries, they divided at the fixed time zones. Because of based on 24 such time zones, 24 time zones we can see in our world. So this only time zones following by each of the country. Because I've already told, some of the country, they have large country, they could not follow same time. Because of one part to another part, sun they will take to reach in this part some of the durations. So if you want to take here 3 o'clock, here also 3 o'clock, but here now also still midday, means till 12 o'clock, but they want to follow 3 o'clock, means how this situation is possible? No, this situation is not possible. So that's why some of the largest country, they are following their own time zones. For example, we can see Russia, USA, Canada and Australia, they have some of the longitudes, they have more longitude lines in that particular countries, because of these are the very longest countries in the world. Very largest country in the world. So there are so much of longitude lines passing through in these countries. So that's why we can see time zones in that countries. For example, Russia, we can see 11 time zones. People, they are following by 11 time zones. Each place and also they have each time zones. And we can see US and Canada, they have 5 time zones, and Australia, here we can see 3 time zones. Because of this is very largest country, each people they could not follow same. Because of in first part, in beginning part of a country, here sun will rise, but here till did not rise the sun. But how they follow same time? No, that is not easy. So that's why some of the largest countries, they follow their own different time zones. So that like they say. So now I understood time zones and standard time. Next one we want to know, now I understood how we have fixed our time based on longitude. So next one we want to know, next another problems created in our earth or in our world, that is date. Because of based on time, we want to fix a date. Because of each world or earth in each people, they could not follow same day. Because of the earth, it will take to rotate complete of one rotation, this earth will take 24 hours. So how we can continue, or how we can say as the same day for each people? No, this one not possible. So in that purpose, so here they saying 180 degree of meridian, so of Greenwich GMT, here they adopted one of the important line. Because of who are the navigators, who are the sea voyagers, they are traveling in oceans, they want to follow their time and day. So in that purpose, in 180 degree of GMT, they passed another imaginary lines they draw. So in that draw, we can see in the page number of 168, here we can see that one line. So in that draw, they did in 180 degree meridian lines. In that line, we can see this one line. And this one, here is saying, they want to avoid the landmass, because of they want to follow, each people also follow same day. So when you are passing, when you are draw that one line in 180 degree GMT, they have some of the lands. So in same land, they dividing two part means peoples in that particular land. Here they want to follow plus day. Here they want to reduce the day and they want to follow. This is not difficult. This one is very difficult. So that's why in that lines, some of the detours we can see. So in that based on detours, where they got the water bodies. So on that based on water bodies, they draw one of the imaginary lines. So this imaginary lines were they give a name as a ITL, means International Date Line. So based on international date lines, peoples they have fixed their own date. Already times, we have the problems of times, so that one we have solved the problems. Next another problems we have faced, that one is date. So we can identify the date of east to west or west to east. So in that problems to solve for only, they draw another line that is in 180 degree, that one in GMT line, Greenwich Meridian lines. So in that only they draw another international date line. So this one lines we can see in the ocean of Pacific. So in that Pacific ocean scene, this line is passing. And next one, here how can identify this one day, how we can fix the day. So here is saying, if any navigator or any sea voyagers or any sea traveler, if he passed Asia to North America, if he passed west to, here is saying west to, here is saying by east, they want to, here is saying, so when they passing west to east, here is saying they want to add the day. When a person he want to pass North America to Asia, east to west, west to east, so when he will pass, so he want to add a day. Same way, any person if you are going North America to Asia, that means east to west. So if any person if you want to travel to east to west, so on that time they want to drop the day, because the sun he could not come till that much time. They are taking some of the duration or some of the time. So that's why here they are saying based on the Pacific line, Pacific ideal line, based on here they are saying if any person if he passed Pacific Ocean by North America to Asia, they want to add that time, add that day. Same way if any one person he traveled Asia to North America, he want to reduce the day, he losing the day, he drop the day. So these like of methods following to solve the problem of day. Now we have discussed that means students about the earth, and we have discussed why we have given latitude lines and longitude lines and how we have fixed time and standard time, and we have discussed about time zones and local times and international date lines. So these are the important points. In that based only we have fixed our day and time. These are the important points. So next class we can discuss about next another important topic.